So we were having pretty dry air every time we was waking up, you know, even just during the day, you can just feel it. It's like super dry, you know. I was always having to have water around me, just chugging it. My daughter has an asthmatic problem, so there's been multiple times we've had to use just single room air humidifier, and this will just benefit it to have the whole house like a humidifier is great. I did notice that anytime I would just run my hand across like, you know, fuzzy blankets and stuff, it was instantly shocking me. I was like, you know, never really knew that was part of it until Trent let me know.
Well, the home was basically running between 20 and 28% humidity, which is pretty dry. They had talked about feeling the dryness and being uncomfortable with it. So we decided to bring the humidifier out to install that. Yeah, the install is not too complicated, but you do have to use tools of the trade. Using sheet metal tools to cut the sheet metal to mount the new unit. There's electrical involved, which you should be versed in electrical before even trying it, or just have a professional do it. You're also dealing with plumbing, which is the facets of HVAC business is uniting all the trades in a lot of respects. So there's quite a bit involved when you're dealing with the drainage to make sure it's going to be draining properly. Wiring it electrically, there's shortcuts that you can take, which we obviously want to avoid. Some of the older methods of wiring the humidifier right into the heat circuit is looked down upon from manufacturers, and now most manufacturers give you humidifier terminals on the circuit board, whether it's high or low voltage. They're there for the best way to control when the humidifier is able to run. Yeah, ideally, if you're talking about the people in the home, they're mostly comfortable or don't notice it's dry if you can keep it stable above 40%, 45%. Any kind of allergies seem to be exacerbated if you're in lower humidity readings inside the home. And there's also an uptick of other non-desirable things that go inside of the home as the home gets drier. So I think from a health and comfort standpoint, whole house humidity is important, and then obviously dealing with the protection of the home secondary is important as well. All right, today we're going to be installing the General Air 4400. This is new to the market as we're filming this. This is a fan assist humidifier. You can tell by the shape of the box, it's actually a low profile humidifier. It's the slimmest model that's on the market. It's about 35% less depth than most fan assist humidifiers. So all the tight areas that we're having difficulty getting into, this is going to alleviate a lot of that problems. It's a digital humidistat that does two things for you. You can actually program it to a setting, let's say 40-45%, and it will maintain that as the control for the unit. Or if you do have wood frame windows or issues with sweating on windows, if you don't have the best type windows in the house, you'll get more sweat earlier as the outdoor temperature drops. First thing we have to do is mount the sub base, and General Air will give you a template that shows you how to cut out for this, which we normally use. This is kind of a really tight, small area. We chose this location because it's a tight, small area to prove the use of these low profile units. So we didn't use the template on this because of the lack of space. We kind of penciled it out based upon the opening of the sub panel. Those two pins easily are removed, and the following year when you go to do your pad replacement, instead of dealing with a bunch of fasteners or plastic fasteners that break over time, this just hinges open for you. You tilt the frame forward for a very easy annual replacement. Once the pad's been replaced, all you have to simply do, there's a tab, lock tab mechanism here. You just make sure that snaps, and the humidifier is basically functioning from that point. The new 4400 General Air Fan Assist evaporative humidifier exemplifies humidity reimagined. Again, we've reduced by approximately 35% the actual physical space this unit takes up compared to the old propeller type fan assists.
Oh, you want me to turn the water back on? It's gonna be great. Oh, that's fine.
As you can see, the 4400 installation is perfect for this application. Very tight quarters, still able to open the lid when we have to service the unit, but perfect for this instance. There was nowhere else to put another fan assist humidifier. The 4400s are pretty much now going to market as we're filming this now and available. Really pleased with how this went in and the quietness of operation and the overall output. It's something I'd recommend to anybody.
I can breathe a lot better. My daughter's not having her asthmatic issues as much anymore, and it's just great.